If you believe yourself to be a targeted individual, there are certain tips that you could benefit you on a day-to-day basis. So two things that the people who are targeting you look to both watch you and to integrate or to find a way into your privacy or your life is via your interest and your looks. So let's talk about the looks first. So the way you look is an identifying marker for you. Specific clothing you wear, identifying markers. It's going to be important for you to find outfits that allow you to blend into the crowd. Now, some of you might say, I'm not able to do that. Then this isn't for you. Keep doing things the way you feel like are best for you. But this is for those who can change their day-to-day look. When you are being targeted and you wear red sneakers, pink sneakers, you have sneakers with neon colors in them, neon light strips on them, you're easy to be seen at night and you're easy to be pointed out in a crowd. Now, these watchers never work alone. It's never just one person. They normally work in pairs, even if they are singular. There are two of them, singular somewhere, or they act as a couple. Either way it goes, there are specific things about you that can be used to find you in a crowd. They can say she's going to be the one who's wearing the bright yellow Crocs, right? Or they're going to say she's the one with the big afro. She's the one with the braids down to her butt, right? Or he's the guy with the blonde dreadlocks. You have to find ways of hiding your identifying markers from the way you present on a day-to-day basis. If you can wear a hat that tucks your hair, wear a hat that tucks your hair, but make sure that hat looks like other people's hats, because some of you will go get a big sequins hat, right, to tuck your hair. Now you have a new identifying marker. Who else here is wearing a sequins hat? Who else here is wearing a sequins hat? Use your common sense, okay? Most women are walking around, particularly in the wintertime. They either have on a pair of Uggs or some sort of flat boot, a pair of black leggings, and a black bubble coat or jacket. Find the uniform and put it on. You want these watchers to accidentally think that other people are you when you're out. That's the way to get away from them. The other thing that you are wanting to do by blending into the crowd is to start identifying who these people are that are watching you. A lot of you, if you're being targeted, you just know you're being targeted, but you cannot secure one particular face of who this is. And normally that's because these are large groups of people who are working together. Usually, if it's an illegal campaign, this is a large group of people. They're normally organizations of people, covens of folks who look like all different things. They're never just all black, all white, all Hispanic, all Asian. They're normally a mixture of people with some sort of complex of maybe superiority or investigation. They could be a part of a legal organization, and you could be under legal investigation. But a lot of times those people will just approach you. Most of the time, they will just come towards you and ask you questions. They're very bold when it's legal, but when it's illegal, they'll sneak around like snakes and just try to get whatever information they can from you. It's going to be important that you not pull up any sort of electronic information about your accounts unless you're doing this from some sort of secure server somewhere. But just know that they likely have they know how much money you have in your account and how much you're spending on a daily basis. They know what you eat for breakfast. They've seen what you order on Instacart or been to the grocery store with you. They know you in and out because they have to be able to build a profile on you that other people will or will not believe. So blending in now to find your watchers is going to be important. The other reason that you want to see who's actually watching you is because you're going to keep explaining to people that this is happening. You've got to tell folks, hey, listen, I'm being stalked, I'm being gang stalked, I'm being watched. People are repeating back to me things that I'm saying in private to myself that other people would not know. They're trying to let me know they're watching me. And most of these people won't believe you. They won't believe you because they think that these types of things only happen in movies, only happen to politicians and celebrities and folks who are considered very special. But these are usually people who are completely unaware of who you are and how you could be a threat to other people in your environment. So do not expect the people you love or the people around you to get it. Now, there is going to come a group of people who will believe you. They will normally be the people you'll approach in law enforcement. The problem with law enforcement is half of them will be a part of these campaigns. The other half will absolutely believe you and want to help you, but they won't be able to do it without enough sufficient evidence to get the backing of a captain, a supervisor, or a department to move forward in putting money behind investigating your case. So you'll have to do the initial legwork, and you'll have to do enough of it to not only convince this police officer that you have something to run with, but it has to be enough for him to convince other people that he has enough to run with on your behalf. And if you don't have that, you're going to be in this thing by yourself and alone for a long time. And the reason that I say a long time is because if they're investigating you, they're not going to stop until they get what they want. And normally it's to end you in one way or another. If not your life, your career. If not your career, your relationship. But this is not being done for naught. This is to ensure that some part of you goes away. And people think that it's a big deal. Why would the government be after you? It doesn't have to be government. This could be something being set out by one of your competitors. This could be something being set out by an ex-husband or an ex-wife to ensure that they get insurance money. This could be going on by a sibling or a cousin, a member of your family who just simply doesn't like you and they want to bring you down or call you out. But this is pretty serious business for a person who's living this on a day-to-day basis. The other way that these people intersect and interject into your privacy is by finding out what your interests are and then joining in or offering for you to be a part of something that they know would interest you. So if you're someone who loves bowling, you're in a bowling league, expect that the last year or two before you noticed that you were in some sort of gang stalking program, someone may have joined your bowling team who was also a part of this program. Maybe you guys are friends. Maybe they act like they don't like you. Maybe they don't talk to you very much. These people find your interest, and that's how they become a part of that's how they get close to you. If you're someone with a business, they could be a client. You own a store, then they probably frequent your business quite a bit, may even spend good money. See, the deal about the people who are watching you, who want to integrate into your privacy or your life, they have to get you to a point where you don't have your guards up with them. So if they're one of your clients, they'll spend a hefty amount of money because you'll begin to trust that they trust you. So of course you can trust them back. Of course you can tell them little things about you, little personal things about you, because this is your customer. You've had the same customer for 2 years now, and they spend no less than $500 with you a month. So of course they wouldn't be against you. Well, if they're being funded by a group that wants to learn about you, they absolutely will. And people will stay around for as long as they need to get as much as they need. So I don't want you to be suspicious. But if you pull back, if you talk a little less, listen a little more, people will reveal themselves. But put yourself in position to be found, to be looked for, searched. And that's how you'll find your watchers. I'll give you a quick tip before we go. If you're ever out and you believe you're being followed, go into a Walmart. Walmart normally has their dressing room in the middle of the floor. It doesn't sit on the border of a store. It sits directly in the middle of the floor, and normally it's in the women's department. Normally it's in the women's department. Go to the dressing, pull something off the rack and go to the dressing room. Go towards the dressing room. Sit there for a minute and then see who comes up. Do they have clothes in their hand to also go into the dressing room, or are they there to buy women's intimates? Because that's normally the department it's in. Pay attention to how long they stay around that department as you're around that department. Go back and forth to that dressing room a couple of times and just see who follows you. What happens is when they lose you, they have to look around for you. So they'll start running. And this will be the way for you to just snap pictures, because you still don't know who's who yet. And you want to put yourself in positions like this often. I have more tips. I'll keep dropping them.